Two Gentlemen of Verona is one of Shakespeare's earliest comedies. Arguably, Comedy Errors is probably his first comedy, but it looks like The Two Gents is sort of a close second. And the play explores two close friends, Valentine and Proteus, who are the two gentlemen, and they one is tied to Verona because he's madly in love with a young lady named Julia, and the other one's off to seek adventure in faraway places. You know, the play really explores all those crazy things that happen to us when we're adolescents, and the jealousies that happen between the closest of friends, and those wild passions that lead to all the crazy decisions that teenagers make. Well, ironically, the only other time the Shakespeare Theatre Company has done Two Gentlemen of Verona, I was here, and I got a chance to direct the Carter Barron version of it, and a very, very different take than what we're doing right now. I think the thing to think about with this production, and what I'm very, very eager to tap into is, you know, I'm hoping that this play hasn't been done much. And the Shakespeare Theatre's only done it once before, and it's not done that often. And it's got wonderful language in it and passions that run quite deep. And so I'm excited about making the play accessible and getting people excited about it. It's got two wonderful clowns in the play, Launce and Speed, who are both some of the most hilarious language in the canon. And the lovers are so wild, they're so unpredictable, and they do crazy things. And I think there's something really exciting about getting that very accessible to a younger audience, and having them feel, having them relate to a play like this that's not done that often. So I'm really quite excited about that. And yeah, and it's fun to do it. It's fun to do it in the place that you learned how to do Shakespeare in, so that's exciting to me. I started here in the fall of 1998, and I assisted Michael in a production of A Woman of No Importance, and that was my first show here. And we were all crammed into a building on East Capitol Street. I think that was the last show in that building before we moved to the new administrative offices. So I was just an intern for one show, and Michael hired me on to be, I think, the resident directorial assistant, we called it at that time. And then at the end of that season, I stepped into the resident assistant director job, and I was in that job for 2 years, I think. That's right, for 2 years. And then Michael, as the theater was growing rapidly at that time, we created an associate director position. So that was my whole time here. It was 1998 to 2004. And then Michael asked me, what do you want to do on your first show coming back? And I said Two Gents, because I had a really great experience with Romeo and Juliet, exploring it through the lens of teenagers and the decisions they make and their disconnection from the adult world. To be asked back in Michael's 25th year was a real great honor, and I'm very excited to be coming back home.